Can't even see who's on that side of the studio. The shade is just so dark there. I just can't see through the light. Ciro, you are in the light. Step into the light, my friend. Of course, a massive weekend in motorsports as well. Britain was the centre of the sporting universe over the weekend. Lest we forget, one of the greatest, if not a future GOAT, Lewis Hamilton got his 6th win at Silverstone, breaking a record there, back on top. But drama, wheel-to-wheel drama throughout. Critics and neutrals, I've been saying the neutral, because this is a weekend for the neutral. Everyone's saying that this is probably the race of the season. How are you feeling about Silverstone, bro?
This might have been one of the races of Formula One's history.
Wow.
This was honestly one of the best races I've ever seen. In fact, if I owned Formula One, I would be tearing my hair out trying to work out why it's not like this every single weekend. Because if it was, Formula One would be one of the biggest sports in the world. I'm
going to say, as a neutral again, that this season of Formula One has really turned me around because there's subtext within each team, within the levels on the podium, the finishes of every race, the drama of each individual track. For me, it's serving up a lot of spice. What made this the best race for you? Why was this so competitive and crazy, man?
I actually don't know when the commentators breathed during this race because they were totally breathless for the entire sprint. So basically, Hamilton and Bottas' first 4 laps absolutely went for each other. And you've got to give kudos to the Mercedes team for letting their drivers really race.
That's what it's all about,
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
And then Hamilton eventually got the better of him. Bottas did finish second, which he'll be happy with, although he did qualify on pole, so he won't be entirely happy because he did have a shot at winning. But really where the race was and what will be remembered throughout going into the future is Leclerc versus Verstappen. That was some of the best wheel-to-wheel racing I have ever watched in any motorsport. And the thing is, these guys are sitting in cars worth $1 million each, driving them like they're, in the Polo Cup in PE. Wheel to wheel,
men as well. This is the future of motorsport. Yeah. But there was a particular moment, Vettel and Verstappen. I'm going to, before I ask you to narrate and take us through it, take a look at exactly what went down.
Verstappen's going for it.
It's going for it.
He pulls out late once again, and he's got the job done. Going into Stowe, where Valtteri Bottas has pulled off some great moves. Oh no! Sebastian Vettel's gone into Max Verstappen. And under braking,
that's not gone well. That's not gone well for anybody. So essentially,
okay, there we go. So what's going down here, man? What's going down?
So I'd just like to point out at the beginning of that clip, Verstappen is doing 335 k's an hour.
So he's going quite slowly.
So he's on the move. Basically what happened there is essentially 2 overtakes. Then into the second corner, into the second apex, Vettel's already committed, but he's not judging Verstappen's braking zone properly. So Verstappen's hard on the brakes. A Formula One car stops incredibly quickly.
Instantaneously.
And Vettel misjudges it even maybe by 2 meters straight into the back of him. And both of them were extremely lucky to be able to rejoin the race and finish.
It almost seems impossible, quite frankly.
Yeah,
but
because they're very fragile cars as well. And you can see, Verstappen takes off there. Normally in any other situation, he would have probably snapped his suspension.
And he managed
to actually rejoin.
Vettel's sitting all alone, eating lunch all alone. No one wants to sit at Vettel's table anymore. But it's got to be about Hamilton. It's got to be about extending it in front of his home crowd. An incredible legacy at the British Grand Prix.
It'll mean a lot to him. He is British, of course. This is his home Grand Prix. The crowd went absolutely nuts for him. And they'll be very proud. He sets the record for the most wins by a British driver as well at the home Grand Prix, so he'll love that. Another record to add to his tally. He also got fastest lap this race on the last lap as well, so it just shows you how hard he pushes for the entire race. He really is. He's incredible at that, and he is as well. Not only will this race go down in history, but Hamilton undoubtedly will as well.
Where to next?
We're off to Germany, the Hockenheim Ring. It's been a circuit since 1938, can you believe that? And Sebastian Vettel last year set the fastest lap ever on that circuit in a Ferrari. So it does look like it'll favor the Ferraris a little bit, and that'll be great for the sport again.
What is boring? What is boring about Formula One? Absolutely incredible stuff. Are you still sitting with Hamilton as our winner? Is he going to be able to be caught this season, do you think?
So he's 100 points ahead of Vettel. You get 25 points for a win. So he's 4 clear victories ahead of Vettel. This is the halfway point of the season. I don't think Vettel's coming back.
Oh, I see a little twist in the tail, my friend. But take a look at all of those sub-dramas playing out as well. Formula One giving a very good account of itself this year. Likewise, my brother over here. Well done, man.
Thank you, Graham.
Really exciting stuff. Just another highlight in an incredible weekend of sport. We're saying Britain was the place to be over the weekend. I just imagine all those guys watching the motorsport with their phones on, watching the cricket, with their girlfriend's phone, watching the tennis. An incredible weekend of sport. Really emotionally invested, I think, like everyone else. But you can let us know who was your champion of this amazing, this history-making sporting weekend.